Good evening, all of you. Are you able to hear me?
Good evening, ma'am. Yes.
So we are going to discuss parotid gland today. Okay. So where is the parotid gland situated? See, we have basically three pairs of salivary glands, isn't it? What are those? Parotid gland, submandibular gland, and
Submandibular,
sublingual.
sublingual.
Okay, and among them, the largest salivary gland what we have is parotid gland. Okay, so paraotic, that means what? See, suppose if this is the ear, right in front of the ear, we will see the parotid gland. Okay. Okay, but also we have three pairs of salivary glands: parotid, submandibular, and the sublingual salivary glands. So among them, the largest one is parotid. Okay. So now coming to the parotid, paraotic means what? Suppose this is in the skull, external acoustic meatus. So right in front of the ear, we have parotid gland. So now what are the structures like which are forming the boundaries of parotid? Let us see. So in front of the parotid gland, we will see this bone. What is the name of this bone we have here?
Mandible.
This is
The
the
mandible.
posterior border of the ramus of the mandible, isn't it? So behind we have mastoid process.
Mastoid
And
process.
also, what is the name of this muscle? Sternocleidomastoid.
Sternocleidomastoid.
Okay. And below it is bounded by this. What is the name of this muscle? We have like this digastric, anterior belly of digastric and posterior belly.
Okay.
Anterior belly of digastric and posterior belly of digastric. Inside we have this stylohyoid muscle. Styloid process to hyoid bone is stylohyoid muscle. So that means the gland is here and the inferior boundary is this. Okay. Superiorly, the gland is bounded by this opening. What is the name of this opening?
External acoustic meatus.
Here we have a joint also. No, what is the name of this joint? Temporomandibular.
Temporomandibular.
So medially, it is bounded by styloid process. Okay. So all these are like the place where it is exactly situated. So this parotid gland is the largest of salivary gland, which is located subcutaneously, okay, below and in front of the external acoustic meatus. Okay. So it occupies a deep hollow. That means suppose this is the ramus of the mandible. That means suppose if you consider this as ramus of the mandible, so the gland is just like it is holding the ramus like this. Okay, that means it is occupying the deep hollow behind the ramus of the mandible. Okay, so it is very much irregular in shape, wedge shaped. Okay, when you see from outside. Okay, this is the base which is above and this is the apex. Okay, which is pointing downwards. Okay, behind the angle of the mandible. Which is the angle of the mandible here? This one. The junction of ramus and body is called as angle of the mandible. Okay, so the apex will be coming behind the angle of the mandible. Okay, this is all surface anatomy. Now coming to the gross features, the weight of this parotid gland is 25 grams. Okay, it looks like an inverted pyramid. Okay, so generally it is very much irregular and lobulated. So what are the presenting parts? This is very, very important. So it is a three-sided pyramid. It is 3D picture. So suppose if you keep the parotid gland like this, okay, so this particular border becomes anterior border. The border which is behind becomes posterior border. Okay, and if you remove the gland, in the midline also you will have one border. Okay, so that becomes the medial border. Such type of borders we have also discussed for some other organ. Okay, now for now, see, this is anterior border, posterior border, and medial border. Okay, now the surfaces, if you peel off the skin, just below the skin only you will find, in fact, the investing layer of deep cervical fascia will split. Suppose this is parotid gland, the investing layer of deep cervical fascia will split to enclose the parotid gland. Okay, that is very much superficial, this gland is. Okay, so it has anterior, posterior borders and medial border. No, so surface just below the skin is superficial surface. Okay, the whole surface will be superficial surface. In front of the medial border is anteromedial surface. Behind the medial border is posteromedial surface. You got an idea?
Yes.
And the surface which is above, if you see like this, the surface which is above, it is called as the superior surface. It is all 3D, three-dimensional gland. This is okay. So this is base, and here we have the apex. Okay, beta. So that is, so the parotid gland is a three-sided pyramid. We have like anteromedial surface, posteromedial surface. It has anterior border, posterior border, and this midline border is the medial border. In the surface, what you see just below the skin is the superficial surface. Okay, you got an idea? The surface which is above, we can call it as base or superior surface. Better than this picture what has shown, like I told you clearly how that is in fact. Now when you look at this picture, this also will help you to understand the three-dimensional like relationship. You see here, now what are the various structures we are finding here? See, this, what is the nerve which is piercing? The parotid gland.
Facial nerve.
Facial nerve.
Very good. What are the blood vessels which you see inside?
External carotid artery.
And internal jugular.
And the retromandibular vein.
Okay, the final formation. Okay. What is this structure you have? Pharynx. Okay. This is actually textbook picture only. Okay, here you will have, this is inside. Okay, that means this is the superficial area and this is the medial area. This becomes the superior surface. Okay. So anyhow, as we proceed.
Ma'am, what is that structure? Okay.
Better?
That
As
one
we,
you were asking us.
which one? This one?
That one.
This is pharynx. This is styloid process, styloid apparatus. This I will proceed with the help of labeled ones. Stylohyoid, styloglossus, stylopharyngeus are the muscles attached here. Okay. Okay, so now when you look at this picture, you will understand more better. Now see here, what are the things we have? It is wedge shape. So this is the horizontal section. Okay, so like with the base is found in the lateral position here, and the apex is found towards the pharyngeal wall. So it has, see, this picture is highly confusing. Better than this, what I told you. See, this is anterior border, posterior, superficial, anteromedial, posteromedial. Like that you remember. And we have the surface which is above is the superficial surface. Okay. So superficial surface can be also called as lateral surface. But few structures we can understand here better, like with the help of picture here. So this is ramus of the mandible. So what are the muscles which are attached to the ramus of the mandible? Do you remember? Because head and neck is over, no? We have masseter and medial pterygoid. Outside we have masseter, inside we will have medial pterygoid. Okay. So attached to the mastoid process, we have, what is this muscle we have? Sternocleidomastoid.
Sternocleidomastoid.
We also have the posterior belly of digastric, isn't it? Styloid process, we have three muscles attached. What are those? All starting with stylo beta. This is 3 marks
Styloglossus.
Stylopharyngeus.
Stylohyoid, styloglossus, stylopharyngeus.
So this is carotid sheath with its contents. What are the contents of carotid sheath? All these are relations. If we understand this picture, relations become easy. We have common carotid artery throughout, which will be
carotid artery.
Internal jugular vein. Anteriorly we have ansa cervicalis, no? In between we have vagus, behind we have sympathetic chain. Okay, so this condensation of deep cervical fascia is carotid sheath. Okay, this is the wall of pharynx. So just this picture will help us to understand as we proceed what are the relations we have. Okay. So now various surfaces, like from this picture, this is below the skin, no? Just below the skin, superficial surface. Then this becomes the anteromedial and this side becomes the posteromedial. Okay, as per the orientation of this diagram. Okay, so superficial surface is just below the skin. Okay, anteromedial is close to the ramus of the mandible. Okay, then posteromedial, we have mastoid process and styloid process. and the structures attached to it. Okay, most medially you have wall of pharynx. Now this, which nerve is piercing the gland?
Facial.
Facial nerve, isn't it? So when it is piercing the gland, so whatever lobes, like these are like arbitrary lobes, just for these lobes are important surgically. Basically, when we are doing the parotidectomy, we should be very careful not to damage facial nerve, because if facial nerve is damaged, it will lead to Bell's palsy. Okay.
बस 1 मिनट मम्मी, इनके